This podcast is sponsored by Cube Gallery, the premier art space in Cebu City. They've been around since 2013, and since they first opened, Cube Gallery has been working hand in hand with artists to initiate, create, and showcase contemporary art and ideas. Currently on view at Cube Gallery until April 21st, 2019, Rustic Beauty by Maria Francisca Juarez and Filtrate by renowned photographer Joseph Ong. I believe we even featured Joseph Ong in an old 032 blog post. Check out his work. You can reach Cube Gallery by sending an email to info@cubegallery.ph or send a message through their social media channels. I'll link to them in the show notes. Thank you, Cube Gallery, for sponsoring the podcast. Now let's get to the show. Welcome to 032 Conversations, the podcast where we talk to creatives, see how they live, and how they do their work. I'm your host, Carlo Villarica. Hello. This is part 2 of the Russell Manaloto interview. If you want to listen to the full interview from the beginning, then skip back an episode, go to the last one. But if you don't care about linearity or sequence of events or anything like that, you can go ahead and listen to this one. You're going to get a lot out of it, even if you don't listen to the first one. But I urge you, you can hit pause right now. Go back to part 1 of the Russell Manaloto episode to get the full interview. And, it was a good one. Sometimes when we talk to creatives, sometimes the conversation really does go long. And I noticed that on the long conversations, they tend to be the fun ones. So this one is no different. But the thing is, it might be a bit long for a single episode. So if a conversation reaches like 3 hours or more or something, then I have a tendency, I think in the future, I'm going to end up making part 1, part 2 of these episodes. So, yeah, this is in that vein. Thank you, Degree 9 Coffee, for sponsoring the episode. There's so many good coffee shops in Cebu, and Degree 9 Coffee is one of them. But they're not limited to just specialty coffee. If you like your frap drinks, they've got that too. It's something in between commodity coffee and specialty coffee. Head on over to Degree 9 Coffee, a place where you won't get intimidated by coffee. None of the bells and whistles, just the good coffee. You can follow them on Instagram.com, Degree9Coffee, or you can visit them in the Gagfa Tower, F. Cabauag Street, Mabolo, Cebu City. Degree 9 Coffee for good coffee. If you're a newsletter subscriber, let me explain. If you're a newsletter subscriber, you already know that I have a Monday Musings newsletter that comes out every Monday. But last week, I didn't release one. It's a rare occurrence. Usually I release a Monday Musings newsletter, but last week was one of those rare weekends where Friday was busy, Saturday and Sunday and Monday, the wife and I and the kids, we went out to Dumaguete, and then Monday was our drive back. And I just couldn't find the time to write the newsletter. So guys, if you're a newsletter subscriber, sorry about that. And if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, I release something every Monday. You can head over to 032.com/Monday. It's thoughts that I had that week and links to articles, videos, and stuff that I found interesting. If you want to consume content that you might actually learn something from, great. If you want the latest meme or, cat video, nothing against memes or cat videos, so those are fun too, but probably not going to find it in that newsletter. Again, this is part 2 of my interview with Russell Manaloto. If you don't know who he is, he's a songwriter, He's a guitarist. He's a music producer, and he is part of the popular bands. If you like popular music, like these popular bands, I don't think they would consider his bands like pop music. Far from. But anyway, he's part of Faspitch, and he's also a session musician for Urbandub. And we talk a lot about music, a lot about his experience in Faspitch, a lot about Urbandub, a lot about being an artist. But before we get to that interview, subscribe to 032 Conversations. We have a new episode every Tuesday. You can find us in all the apps that have podcasts. And you can also find us on Spotify. Subscribe. All right, let's get to that interview with Russell Manaloto.
For a while, I had a day job sa Manila. I worked at this company called SDI Media.
Okay.
What they did was they would do redubs, dubbing of different languages for international clients. So we did a lot of mga Discovery Channel episodes. I did what I did was I mixed audio for their shows. For Discovery, for Netflix,
Tama ba?
for
So you get,
Nickelodeon.
like, voice actors to...
Yeah. Pero they come these episodes come to me na in
the raw form.
Raw na siya. Yeah, kami na itig-mix. Yeah, for waiting yeah. After we mix, we give it back to the client for approval, and then they air it na. I think kanang when you're in other countries, they kanang dubbing ba kanang they're dubbed in like their native language.
You can press a button.
Yeah, press a button, and
that language.
And yeah, they'd hear the stuff that we mix
Oh,
for
ba?
them. Oh, so we get like everything, the raw materials, the music track, the foley, tanan. I did that for a while. So
Wala na ka, ana.
Wala na.
So you're not being. That's what it says, like in your Instagram.
Yeah,
Mixing engineer, SDI Media.
Yeah, SDI Media. I did that for a while, but stopped.
You're not doing mixing anymore.
I do still mix, pero mga personal projects na lang. But hey, if you guys need your songs to be mixed, just send me a shout out.
Oh, see,
I'll do it for you. Shameless plugging
send
right
a message
there.
on Instagram. But you're a teacher.
I did teach Pud for a while in Cosmic Sonic Arts, but their major focus is on electronic music production. So like Ableton, Reason, and all these other music digital workstations. But what I did teach was music production for the bedroom guitar player.
Yeah.
That's what I did to teach.
That was
Like mga basics of how to get a good mix,
recording,
or recording, how to I taught like tricks in recording, like you use masking tape on like certain parts para limpyo siya when you're tracking it, and those things.
I used to have I forgot the name of it. It was this
Unsa nga interface?
I don't.
Was it an M audio interface? Was it line 6?
I had it was a line 6 one. The one nga murag there's
UX2, UX1.
Was it the UX something kind of murag there? It had like you could like it had. I'm doing like the worst description. It had the software where you could emulate amplifiers.
Yes. Pod Farm.
No, the Pod Farm was big. The other one. The Pod Farm you could bring it to your rig, diba?
Yeah.
This one kay computer rig yun.
Yeah, Pod Farm.
Pod Farm ang software.
Pod Farm ang software.
Okay.
And then the interface was
Kato you could put
the old one is Gearbox. They called it Gearbox.
I had Gearbox. I had the Gearbox.
Yeah, the Gearbox.
Yeah, that's what I used for a while.
I still have mine, but I don't use it anymore.
Oh, ba?
It's still in my
computer. I'm sure there's so much
anymore.
better stuff na at this point.
Dagan. Pero Pod Farm 2 is still the shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like
That's the software.
That's a software where you can emulate those amps and the cabinets and everything and effects. Tanan. Pero surprisingly, it really has, for me, pwede na kayo. You don't need like HD. You don't need like $100,000 na effects unit just to get
that
sound. Pwede na kayo. In fact, I had a side project with John Dinopol, Cables in Space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All of those songs were recorded using Podfarm.
Mo ba?
Kayo.
Yeah, but I mean, I was really excited
and
when
it's
I got
very,
it.
and it's very convenient because you don't really have. It doesn't need to be necessarily loud.
Yeah.
In your house when you're doing home
You
recording.
can just do it on your headphones.
Yeah, do it on your headphones. You dial in a good sound.
Okay, well, I remember I got that. Number one, I got that because I wanted to record something into my computer. And then number two, I got that sad guy. I was, after college, I lived abroad for a year.
Mm.
And then I refused to leave my guitar. And then I didn't want to bring my acoustic guitar. My acoustic guitar was not that nice. So I brought my electric. So I brought my electric by, but I didn't bring an amp. I just had an electric guitar.
Yeah.
So, like when I was abroad, living in a flat with the Spaniards, and then narako nga to, like on the sofa, just playing my electric guitar, but not plugged into anything, nothing. So I saved up some money, and then I bought that Gearbox, and then that's what I ended up. I'd plug it in. Most of the time, I'm on my headphones, and when I felt like rocking out, they had these like tiny speakers in our flat, in our apartment. And then
i-connect na mo sa output sa Gearbox.
Yeah, one of the...
Did your Gearbox have a red front panel or a black front panel?
It had a red top.
Red yung top.
Yeah, let me see if I have internet, if I can... Red top. What was the brand gani?
Line 6.
Line 6.
UX1.
Toneport.
Like,
I think Toneport.
Toneport.
Very similar to this one.
Yeah.
Very similar, but I had the bigger one.
Until now, this is what I use.
This is what I had. I had the UX2.
Oh, you had the UX2.
Toneport UX2.
What I use at home is UX1.
Mo ba? Yeah, anyway, this is what I used to like record our guitar, bass, some vocal, a lot of the vocals.
It does the job. I don't care if like people momaning latest nila ron, it's called the Helix. That thing's worth like 90,000 pesos by.
Mo ba? Oh, yep. It's expensive.
It's like it's beyond HD. It's like it really emulates boutique gear.
Mo ba?
It's like imagine you have all the amps you can think of in front of you and all the pedals you can think of in front of you.
That looks like it's like a pedal setup.
Yep.
So you can use it.
Yeah. Good. But what I'm using now, sa live, it's, kuan. Oh, I like it. We're talking gear now.
Yeah, what are you using?
I'm using,
type it.
Okay, this is what I'm using now. It's called a Line 6 Pod HD 500X. It does the job. Like, HD 500X. It really does the job for me.
This is what you use live?
Yeah, that's what I use live.
Okay, it's very similar to that.
Similar siya sa Helix Merg.
So you don't have any more like a million pedals?
No. For live, I use this one. Kunya, wireless and a tuner. I have a chord pitch black tuner. Yeah, kanara. Those three things. Wireless, chord pitch black tuner.
It even has like a little wah pedal.
You can... The good thing about this pedal, you can assign any parameter of any tweakable element in your sound to that pedal. So, kung ganahan ka low gain, imong toe down, sa imong main distortion, and then if you want to go crazy fuzz, you just...
If you want like something in the middle, it'll do that set.
Tunga lang.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very...
You can even put like an EQ, like a
you
filter
can put
on it.
Tanan. What I like doing with this pedal, kanabitong rate sa delay. Max on toe down, and then minimum on toe up. So you can, mura siya warp.
The delay.
You have like those laser gun sounds.
Like
how do you explain that? You can oscillate the. It sounds like it's oscillating. Sounds like a UFO flying over your head.
Mo ba?
Well, and that's And actually, ang pinakadaogan like for all of you techies out there, this Pod HD 500X sa Line 6, it has output options where just imagine you have your amp, you have your effects pedals in front of you, and you have your monitor all in one in this effect in this piece of equipment. Nasa output options where you can plug directly to a mixer, plug to a computer, plug into an amp, whether it's a combo or a stack, and you can really tweak the sound of what you need. Kaya niya buhaton. Whether you're going into the studio to record something live, or whether mo tokar ka sa stage in front of people, you get that consistent sound good.
Okay, I remember before, like, katong, we're super dating ourselves every time I say before. Like in the 90s. So then, katong, they would say like, oh, digital distortion. You could tell good nga. They remember had those Zoom.
Kayo, Zoom. But, kibo baka, they've stepped their game up.
Amo ba?
Now, oh.
Because, I mean, back then, it did not sound nice. Like, it was distorted. But, and yeah, it sounded nice kung by itself lang, if you're just playing by itself. But once you put it in the band setup, you realize thin kay siya nga sound.
Mm-mm. And it sounds very kanang sterile. Dili kayo koan. I have a couple of these. I have one of these.
Zoom multi-stop MS50G.
Yeah. Ano siya? It's like katong Pod HD 500X, but in one stomp.
Ah, okay.
You can
like a simpler version.
Yeah. It's like it simulates stomp boxes, and you can have 6 stomp boxes in front of you in one stomp box.
But you don't use this live.
For songwriting, kanang tapulan ko to bring
the whole big thing. Yeah.
I use that. I just bring that in the guitar. Okay, maprograma nimo pwede ka usa ka stomp. It's your clean tone. The next stomp nimo is your main distortion. And then your next one is let's say a clean with delay. And then when you tunog nimo balik, it's distortion and delay. And then
it would emulate certain pedals.
Like
what was the famous pedal, that green one?
Tube Screamer.
Yeah. It could emulate that.
Yeah, that's a Tube Screamer. It actually has nice drives. For me, I don't know why others think it's bad. You can actually get away with it. Because dagan mangguguan, a lot of people, there's always that age-old kanang debate ba, whether analog or digital. But at the end of the day, in all honesty, kung namang slight nuances or slight difference from the clone of the digital clone o ang analog na the real deal, you can't really, only to the ear of the experts,
tell the difference.
They can actually tell the difference. Okay, there's still gonna be the drums, you have your other guitar player, you have the bassist, you have the vocalist.
And then once you're putting it together, you're equalizing, you're taking out some nuances already, making sure that the vocals don't fight with the guitar.
Yeah, so I don't know why people are really trying to, the pro analog people try to demonize digital, the digital, and the digital people, they're saying you analog people are crazy. I mean, like, for me, whatever works for anyone, like, fine, go for it.
Especially like convenience is a real thing if you're a working musician.
Practicality ba?
Yeah.
Diba? Like recently, thank you GC Rockboard for the one row. I'm endorsing this this pedal board called GC Rockboard. The guy is actually based in Singapore, but he sells pedal boards, like really, really smart pedal boards. Here, I have 2 boards of his. He just recently sent me one. It's called the One Row.
The One Row.
Yeah. I'll show you his stuff. Really
What's
good
that?
stuff,
Wait,
though.
the pedal board is like, it's where you put the pedals.
Yeah, it's where you put the pedals.
So it has like, I assume, places to plug the pedal in.
Yeah.
Like it can.
Yeah.
What do you call that? What do you call that? Like, basta like
the input jack.
yeah, and then you just plug the pedals all in this one thing, and that one thing plugs in now to the outlet. Makes it so much more convenient.
More convenient. And
I used to have one, but it was kind of janky. Like, kanang ako good naghimo. Kanang I bought this thing, and I asked this guy to make it, but like, if it...
You know, my first pedal board was made out of kanabitong silver nga murag briefcase nga sudlanan og kanang mga pliers, mga wrench.
Oh,
Onya, I just carved out the mold of where you put the tools in. As in, gi-cutter lang nako. Gi-cutter lang nako. I took out the mold. So, para flat na lang siya.
Yeah.
That's where I used to like put my old pedals in. These are his ano ba?
You see?
The GC Rock board.
GC Rock board.
Yeah. Really cool stuff he has. Money iyahang mga pedals.
That looks pretty legit though. Like, it looks solid.
Kaayo.
Have the handle and everything. Oh wow.
It's neat.
And it's inside.
Yeah.
You can you plug
imong input na dire, imong output na speakers, and you have the power supply.
Yeah, so it doesn't like it's
napay
embedded
switch.
in the board.
Napay murag kanang grounds kanang master switch, so na siya circuit breaker.
That looks nice.
In case like my power fluctuation.
Yeah, that's right.
It protects your gear pud.
Bitaw.
Kaya naman siya built-in breaker.
What guitar are you using?
Karon,
how many guitars do you have?
Right now, I have 3 Les Pauls, 1 Strat, 1 Gretsch, Les Paul looking one, and I have 1 7-string guitar. And I have my first guitar ever, katong akong blue nga Aria Pro 2, na Cardinal series. It looks like an SG, but without the pick guard. Yeah. That's the one that I used.
I can't remember that. I vaguely remember that, but I can't picture it. Oh, it's the one you used in
Synonymy.
Okay.
Before with sila Steven Chungben, sila John Dagos. So na.
Where do you keep all the guitars?
They're with me in Manila. I have a Strat here in Cebu. I left 1 Strat here, so it was a Strat I got from Salonga a long time ago for like $3,000. Very
so
cheap
like
Strat,
like a Squire, like an
no, it wasn't Fender or anything.
Like a Strat replica.
It was like a wannabe Strat, Strat replica. Yeah, it was a red one. Guba na kayo? Just at home here in Cebu.
I remember when I was buying my guitar, so I always wanted to get a Strat, like an honest to goodness American Fender Stratocaster.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really nice.
Those are really expensive also.
There.
So like...
But they sound different, dude.
Mo ba?
There's... Nay warmth. Dili ra kalanching. Like, kasagaran ng gusto mga cheap Strats, all you get is like that really trebly...
The jangly, jingly.
Jangly sound. But the American ones, even some Mexico ones, they have that warmth to it.
Mo ba?
There's like an underlying warmth.
Yeah, but my first electric was a Squire. So that one was really jangly, really trebly, no? And then I wanted to get like a Les Paul, but those are the American Strat and the Les Pauls are really expensive. But
the Les Pauls I have now, I only have 1 Epiphone. I have 2 ones that are it's called Edwards.
Edwards.
They're made in Japan. Apparently, they're like a sister company of ESP.
Okay.
ESP guitars, but ESP they have LTD. Like if Squire was to Fender, and you have Epiphone as to Gibson, and you have LTD as to ESP, but ESP and LTD have like a Japanese counterpart, and they're called Edwards. And what they did was they replicated certain Holy Grail guitars, like the 1958 and 1959 Les Pauls.
Okay.
So I consider those guitars like the Holy Grail of the Les Paul sound, bang good. And so I got myself a 58 replica with almost exactly 1958 specs. Even with the whole aging and everything, ang rust sa electronics, tanan, ang age gid siya. The neck is like really, really fat.
They gave it to you aged? It's like aged? What do you mean by aged?
Like naturally,
naturally
aged ba. And I have, my favorite one is a 59 reissue, Edwards Gapon. Both are made in Japan. I call them my number 1 and number 2. They do the job really, really good. Ang electronics niya kay sa number 1 ako, they have Seth Lover humbuckers. Seth Lover is the inventor of the humbucker pickup.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like the first ever humbuckers ever made.
Oh, nice.
So and it was wired using the very machine that wired the first humbucker pickup ever in Kalamazoo, in Nashville, Tennessee.
You really like those, like those vintage.
For some reason, I took it as a challenge, Manggod. For a time, I would have all these like modern guitars with like modern pickups for heavy music. But then again, murag naka-amgo lang ko ba, murag kuyaw, murag pareha ako. Man, I'm starting to sound like my other musicians, the other guitar players na akong kaila ba. What do I do to separate myself from them, to have my own thing going on? So, akong gi-challenge akong galingon, why don't I go vintage? And can I pull it using vintage gear in modern heavy music? So, marag ang nanginguha na po ko nga ma-translate na nako ba?
Well, it's worked, right? You guys have one of the heaviest music. I know.
You'd be surprised with the secrets of going low gain.
Yeah. Actually, I found that. Like, I realized biya nga murag. So when I'm first learning how to play the guitar, you put the gain to 11 if kaya pa.
Yeah.
Ana. But then over time, I realized nga you're losing a lot of like, to my ears, mid-end, like this meaty chunk of it.
Yeah, and it's too saturated na dili na klaro ang notes nimo, di ba?
Yeah.
So when you go a little bit, when you dial it back a bit, di ba? It becomes more clearer.
Yeah. Or if you could, I've never done this live, but I remember trying like in my computer, like I would get the distorted tone and then get just the clean one and then just put it together. And it doesn't sound clean, but you hear a lot more of the notes.
Kind of like a tube screamer, di ba?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The tube screamer, na siya underlying clean tone gapon underneath the overdrive tone, di ba?
Yeah, so that one.
Yeah.
So, a little trade secret on your part.
That actually works. But what I do sa tube screamer, like dito sa katong the one that I showed you ganina. Sa akong main dirt sound, I'd always have the tube screamer on all of the time. But the gain is all the way down.
All the way down.
Levels all the way up, tones all the way up, gains all the way down. And it goes before the amp. Sa akong dirt sound. Pero the amp is already dirty na, daan. So it's just pushing your amp to have more bite. It adds more bite and mid sa imuhang dirty sound. It also works for like blues. If you're a blues player, you want a clean sound, clean tone nimo, then you have a tube screamer. It does a job. But
that's why I like the tube screamer, because I noticed there was a lot of like that's the green one, right?
Yeah, that's the green
one.
I'm
so behind on
that's
this.
That's the.
I remember there was a lot of like blues musicians, and then they said their secret
is the blues screamer.
Yeah, was the tube screamer.
Oh, kayo.
Yeah, I remember
it's just an amazing pedal.
Yeah, I had it I had a local pedal maker make me a tube screamer clone, and I really enjoyed it. That was my favorite pedal. No, so I didn't think we'd be I was so behind on like guitars, but I just
it's really not that hard to catch on with today.
No, but
It isn't.
No, but
like,
it's fun. Kay, like, I remember yun nga, kato when I first bought my current guitar, I only know the brand. I don't know the exact, like, it's just, I don't even know how to pronounce the brand. Godin?
Godin.
Yeah.
Everyone says it differently.
Yeah, so, I remember that I went to the store, saving up money to buy my my second electric guitar. And then, I really wanted that Fender Strat or a Les Paul. Although back then, the Les Paul was really difficult to find.
Oo.
So,
you could only find that before kung maka-timing ka sa VGS Semiconductors, that shop I was telling you about kanina. Wala ko kabaw. I'll get back to you on that if I find out where they are now. Kay, usahay ko timingan ka, they have like really rare stuff.
Mo ba? I mean, after about...
Pero karon na may Crescendo shop, di ba? Sa Ayala.
Yeah.
There are Les Pauls na in Ayala. So weird, no? Nowadays, like, marag sa una, lisod kayo, but now it's like, it's there na.
Before, Ayala didn't have a music shop.
Wala bitaw.
Yeah, it was
but
only
they did
in
in Metro.
Well...
By the sports equipment.
But, like, it was always junky, diba?
Yeah.
It wasn't
But I was surprised, I tried, like, these, like, made in China strings. So, they were like $60 lang. A full set na siya.
Oh. Nalipay ka?
It said on the label, 1046. But when I opened, the third one was wounded.
Kanang wound.
Wounded siya.
That's unusual.
I was comparing it to like an old set of like 10s ako lang padaplin ba. It seemed thicker.
It has to be thicker kaya it's wound naman.
Yeah. And then I tried tuning it to standard. Gahi drop. Oh. Then I went full step and then drop C. That's where I actually found that's when I learned na the kung ubos imong tuning, mas maayo mo gamit kag mas baga nga strings.
Yeah, oh.
Diba? So dito ko kuan murag tsambahan ako ani. That was probably 12s. Those were probably 12s, but they labeled it 10s.
Oh ba?
Yeah. Ang brand na to kay Alice. Alice ba?
Yeah, because I think I remember I used to buy those Diageo ones, 350 pesos or something. I can't remember that. It's like the low E, more like 50. Naman, moabot na siya 50 something.
Oo. Ang regular kay 1046. And then, like, if you go up a little bit, 1148. There's also 1149. There's also 1150 from Dunlop. 1152 ang usual with the 11s.
1152.
That's actually really good for like half step down.
Like
if you go E flat and then like drop C sharp or drop D.
I used to like playing half step, but I never would go like the drop
step.
C or never.
Faspitch, drop C man. Karon. But we did try going as low as drop A for the new stuff that we've been coming up with.
Yeah, let's talk about that, right? So like for the new stuff that you guys are doing, you guys just released that single Skin, diba?
Yeah.
So you guys are planning on a new album or what's up?
Well, so far, for the past few months since maybe June or May of last year, we've been just constantly writing and recording with Tower of Doom since we signed with them.
Well, so Tower of Doom is like what? They're the label?
They're the label.
Okay.
But the management's still Nemesis Music Group.
You're gonna have to explain the difference to me.
Yeah.
After this. And
when we signed with Tower, so it became like an inspiration for us to like actually get our shit going na. So, and it only starts with one. When katong Skin was actually the first one we wrote sa new lineup. And then so far medyo nindot ang feedback.
Yeah, ba? Nindot ang song.
So like the plan
still
the band,
like really heavy.
we try, but you'd be surprised. the next few releases.
Oh, ba?
We're trying to, the Faspitch has always been like an experimental group, bunch of creative people, and we're trying to. We actually have 2 slow ones.
So
Sa new stuff, we have like more vocal centric, like song, like sing along song. Siya.
oh yeah?
Yeah. We're trying something new. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to get it all out. Actually, I have these songs in my phone right now, but I can't make you guys listen to it yet.
I was gonna say.
Right now we have like 6 recorded songs now that we've been writing since last year. There's really no plan yet whether we're gonna come out with an album or not, but among plan right now and what we're putting our minds into karon is just to keep on writing as many songs as we can. Maybe if matripan sa label or if matripan namo or if matripan sa management na hey, you got like maybe you have 10 songs now or whatever. Maybe we can release an album, but who knows? We'll see.
So no real plans
no
yet
real
on
plans
the album,
for album, but
just making music lang sa
yeah,
good.
well, probably just gonna release singles.
Oh yeah,
Because
release
it's really nowadays you have to be smart with your material na. Nowadays, unlike before na album. Well, I understand like for the collector, kay collector man sad ko, for like a serious fan of music, okay, you would want that like ng physical copy man good. Nowadays marag lisod na siya like in terms of like the business side of music, marag it's tricky.
Yeah, you have to shell out quite a bit for the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's in a way that's a little bit of a debate right now, diba? The single versus album.
Karon man good singles na imong ang currency nimo to stay relevant ba. Karon mo na imong, and then if you release an album man good, murag there's a chance na ubang mga kanta nga di matagad.
Yeah.
So murag it's like you're giving away free bullets, your own bullets for free. So slow
release, that's the plan. Like
yeah, slow release, like maybe release 3, 4, 5 singles, and then
in a what kind of time span are you talking about? In the next year?
For 2019, we're thinking of releasing maybe 3 singles this year or 4. Depends on how the previous single that it would actually depend on the first single ever released. So if that single does good, like how long does it stay hype? If medyo it die down, maybe we can like drop in another one.
Okay. So how do you define good? Like what is good in that sense?
Good in terms of feedback from the audience. Like if the people like the song or not. Okay. It would be nice to do shows and play new songs, but
yeah, for sure.
For the past pila ka years, we've only been playing like old stuff, like from Ear Repair and the second self-titled one. So it'll be exciting for the band to also play the new stuff that we've come out with.
Yeah, because when was the last time you released something?
It was 2014.
So like
second album.
5 years na.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. But we never really got the chance to push it. Kay, actually, that second album, medyo tag-as siya og kanang koan. Long story to siya. The album was 99% done back in 2009 pa.
Mo ba?
Yeah, but then shit happened and the band had to like lay low for a while and
yeah, because there was a while like you guys kanang I'm not gonna say disappear, but like where you guys were on hiatus or something,
we were. And what was sad during those times, kay, we'd have inquiries to be booked in all these different places around the Philippines. So yeah, at that time I was like taking care of that. Kay while we were on hiatus. Because Henry went missing for a while.
So you literally mean missing?
He disappeared. I think gipablatter magina mo siya sa police station sa Mabolo ba to or sa Lasyon nga kanang missing person.
Mo ba?
Oh. Huwag tangin siya. Yeah, he went into he went gangster. No, he's pretty open about it. Maybe someday, you can have him here in the podcast as well.
I actually don't know him, but yeah, I'll send him a message. He's just here, diba?
No, he's in Manila right now. He's a pilot now for Air Swift.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So he's based in Manila.
Based na in Manila.
Okay, so I remember like seeing an interview of you guys. Muramag, he was still flying in.
Yeah, that was kato nga time sa Davao pa siya to based. Kaya Manila naman siya.
So that makes it easier, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's easier for us now. Actually, today they're rehearsing tonight without me.
I thought you're flying back tonight.
No.
No.
I'm extending my con till tomorrow. I just need to spend a little more time with my folks. I miss them. Now that our house medyo dynamic na because one of my cousins are staying with us now with their kids na karon. So
yeah. Lingaw when you have kids around.
Yeah, kayo.
It makes the house a lot more lively and a little bit chill in a different way where people are just in a better mood ba?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, bye. So anyway, so you guys had that hate, so were we, so stop mo gamay. The album took a while. It was done practically done 2009.
It was practically done 2009, but we couldn't release it because everyone had to like not do the band thing. Well, except for me, I was in school at that time. I just found a way for me to get back in good terms with my family. Kay katong when we moved to Manila, we quit everything, bye. School, day jobs, name it. We left everything here. Heck, I went to Manila with $700 to my account. And since my parents weren't they weren't happy with that decision, some of the benefits were like taken away. Like I had to start from scratch. Goodbye.
Yeah,
I had to start from scratch.
How'd you get by?
Manila. At first, gigs. Gigs lang yun. Kay our deal with previous management sa una is that we needed to be paid this much. We need to make this much per head. We don't care if you give us 5 gigs a day. We're gonna do it. And yeah, at the same time, now, I actually counted 2008. 2008, we played 287 gigs in 2008.
No way.
Yes,
really?
We did. I counted.
Oh my God.
Okay, every month, printed out man. Ang gig schedule. We would be playing 5 times a week, sometimes even 10 times a week.
Wow.
Day in, day out, bus in, bus out, wherever it took.
Was
Crappy
that,
bars, really good bars, schools, out of towns.
Was that like needed at the time? Like, did you need to play 280 times a year, or was it like you should have just charged more?
At that time, we needed to play because there was that demand man for the band to be guested in with these people who had different productions. So we were invited into a lot of those productions before schools. Tanan. We even did this tour with the Malaysian band Love Me Butch. We toured with them. It was like an SM mall tour, and I remember going to 3 different SM malls one day with them. Kay kadutram to sila dire.
So like in one day you played 3 SM malls.
Yeah.
SM
Lipa.
280 something times per day. So you're playing more than once per day. I'm sure, because you're not playing every day man sa good.
On some days. I think the worst, not really worst, but like the most number of gigs that we did in a day was 5 or 6.
Mo ba?
Yep.
Ay, that's
started
crazy.
like lunchtime. And
that's
then,
like real work. That's like real work.
It's real work. And then, ang sweldo is like, quincenas o 30. And we needed to make that much money na to sustain ourselves ba. But there was a point na we were all getting burned out from playing too much na wala na kami ka-focus sa songwriting. So we asked management, hey, can you cut back a bit on the gig sched? We need to write.
Uh-huh.
And it's a clearly different headspace, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's like writing is like one of the, I think like creating is one of these things I would suspect for you guys anyway, that you kind of just need to sit there and not do anything.
Sit there and smoke out. Just kidding.
yeah, but no, like really, like you need to chill, and then you need to just sit there and then just relax, and then just play. But
feel each other out. And not in that sense, but musically.
This performing is at some point it's like I would think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think like performing is like it's like like playing basketball. Like you're there, you're focused on doing this thing, so you're not really thinking about it too much, no. But if you want to get better at basketball, you kind of need to put in the time of just practicing this thing, practicing that thing. You can't just be playing all the time because you'll reach like a certain plateau. I'm not sure if the metaphor is a good one. But yes, if you want to make new music, you need to just sit there and there has to be that headspace ba.
Yeah, kayo.
You can't be preparing for a gig every day.
Yeah, kayo. So when we asked to cut back on the number of gigs, sadly the sweldo was also cut back. And at some payoffs, like it was pretty bad, because from what used to be like let's say maybe 15 gigs or 16 gigs a month became like 2 or 3 gigs a month. So there was like a drastic, but then we had to like balance everything out and figure things out. Okay, we had to write pa. Yeah, so it just really took a toll. Like what we were doing took a toll on everyone, and everyone had to like take a step back and rethink if this was the right thing to do. And at the same time, katong a year, there were quite few tragedies that happened with the members sa band. So they all had to come back home to like go take care of mga problema nila dire. So na-hold siya for a really long time.
Yeah, I was thinking like more siya, I feel like that should be put in the equation, the sitting down and writing, because if let's say you release an album, it does really well, you tour, you have so many gigs, but at some point you can't just keep relying on that one album.
Yeah, you can't. I think the only way for an artist to actually not make it, but stay present or relevant, or however you might want to call it, is you just need to keep on releasing music. Just get it out there, get your music out there. Who knows? Maybe one day you write the best hit that you've ever written for your entire life, and that thing stays forever. Perfect example, December Avenue. They're everywhere right now.
Yeah.
They have like more than 100 million views now on YouTube alone for that one single.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and they've been releasing music non-stop since their conception.
Music is a funny thing, Amurag. If you get that one song that just one thing can really propel you, that can launch a career. No? And but also, it's also one of those things nga, there's no way to predict that's gonna happen, no? Unless you're like...
Yeah, it's one of those intangible things, Manggod.
Mona, So I think the other way around is, you're right, just keep making stuff.
Kung matsambahan di ka, di ba? Kung depende man sa goals sa artist, di ba? Depende if na may uban nga murag, okay ra sila nga, nara dire. Ang sa uban nga, they really, really, really want to be successful. So you really need to put in the work, bro.
So you guys, for 2019, you already...
we've done we've done the work last year for this year.
Mo gani.
Marashag ka ng, everything has to be, nowadays you have to be smart about releasing stuff, and like, you need to have like that kind of like last year, our headspace was, we will not gig this year. Okay, maybe we'll gig maybe once a month. Just for people to know that, hey, we're still alive.
Yeah.
Pero, focus yun na to last year was like writing. I was actually, if you noticed, dili kay ko mo post stuff social media. I'm not like super duper active like on a daily basis. From time to time, I post a thing or two about whatever. But, last year, mura kog nag caveman mode ba, kanang nagkulong ko just to get that headspace right in writing. So moto we came out with we got to write 6 songs by the end of December. Actually, na-shock me gamay sa at the rate that we were writing last year. Murag, good. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to keep on doing this until people, or until we hate it already.
Yeah. So wait, so for 2019, so obviously your plan will be to release because you already did the work to have those songs. Are you still gonna continue to make new songs while these new songs come out?
Yeah. Right now I'm working on like two different ones simultaneously. I'm trying to collate all my ideas for those two songs and wait to present it to the guys. Kay mama namon dynamic ron.
Yeah, so how does that work? How do you guys make songs?
Karon, like over the years, I've tried different. I've worked with different projects on different projects. I did Curbside pa for a while. Yeah, Cables in Space. Karon, Faspitch. Since kami na lang ni Henry may mga OG, mga core members may nabilin. And it's easier this way. Kung na ko'y idea, as much as possible, ako na siyang i-arreglo on my own. Even the drums, the bass. I write them. Whatever I hear in my head, I try my best to translate it into an actual piece of music that you can press play, stop, pause, rewind, fast
you
forward.
record it good.
I record it. I lay it in sa akong home studio lang. Kunya, I present it. I first make Henry listen to the whole thing.
So Henry gets first.
He gets the first, and then I give him time to like. I'll get the feedback from him if he feels na this part needs to change. We don't really need this part. Maybe what if we interchange this part and that part? What if we make the verse into a chorus, or the arrangement discussion and until we come to a compromise na okay, nindot ni arreglo, and then I have him over. I record him. So balay lang.
So he makes the
demo,
the melodies and the lyrics.
Yeah. He makes the vocal parts.
The vocal parts.
He writes all the vocals.
So when you give it to him, it's just an instrumental essentially. Okay.
And then we do like a mock recording we make the demo, and once we make the demo, I send it to the other guys. Hey guys, we have a new song. Listen to it. And then from there, dito na naman i-deliberate ang if they like it or not, or is it playable? Is it like physically
sometimes you make a drum part. Yeah, physically it's not.
Physically dili siya pwede.
Yeah.
Because you only have 4 limbs.
Yeah.
So, so karon mo namong dynamic, like I present them an idea. From intro to outro na.
Do they also have like a say, like
sila say. If ever they don't like a part, what I usually ask them, okay, that's okay if you don't like it, pero can you suggest what we can do to improve it that you may be para maganahan ka sa kanang part? So sila, brainstorm sila. And then, finally, once makulate na tanan, dito na naman i-finalize. We rehearse it a couple of times before we enter the studio and actually record it.
When you rehearse it, but when you're doing this, when you're like discussing the song, like the specific parts, is it like that's rehearsed? Also, like are you guys in a room?
Yeah, we're in a room together.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We're in a room together.
Okay.
Sometimes to finish the one song, it takes, depende. Kay namay sa ubang kanta nga kanang, dali na kay nahuman. Like, nasuwat rin ako in like, less than 4 hours. Nahuman na ako siya. I have that one song, surprisingly, murag, hindot siya ka ng, for us 5, murag, we didn't expect that song to have that vibe. Murag, it's different, pero, it's still fast pitch, but it's different. And yeah, depende man gud, usay, matsambahan ka nga kanang, murag, auto-connect rata na ni mong ideas. Yeah, everything just fit perfectly. You didn't need to.
I remember reading like an interview with Dimebag Darrell in Pantera. I remember, by the way, what I was doing when I heard the news that he passed away in college. But anyway, so Dimebag Darrell, I remember he was saying like, which song was it? I forgot what song, but he said like they wrote it in 5 minutes, and it's surprising that some of their hits.
I think that's Walk.
Was it Walk? I'm not sure. Maybe.
Walk though.
Yeah, and then like that's what he said. Like he found it weird that some of their biggest hits was written in just a few minutes lang daw. No?
It happens, ba? It happens. Yan na sa'yo ba mga kanang you have overthought of you've been working on this one song for like months on end. Na may kanta po dire nga daan akong baon nga idea nga that I've been actually working for the past 3 years.
Oh ba?
Yeah. It apparently became a Faspitch song. It was supposed to be a curbside song, but in the end it became a Faspitch song kay mas nibagay ang vibe sa kanta with Faspitch than curbside. And that track, murag 3 years in the making siya. Kay, I had a different, approach as to that song man. Ano siya, medyo technical gamay. It's Michael Jackson inspired.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Pero, the song revolves around 3 chords, but the chorus riff sounds it's very technical. I didn't ako ma-explain. Maybe I can let you listen to it later.
Sige, what's the name of the song just in case?
It's called Risk. Working title karon is Risk and parenthesis Dreams.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe
it's recorded na.
It's recorded already.
Okay. Okay, if this will come out maybe a
sometime
month from now pagani. So for all you know,
a month from now there's another song coming out.
Okay.
Yeah, but not that one.
We'll see. I will, in case it does, for whatever reason, I will link to it. But if it's not, just watch out for it. No? Yeah, let me listen, right? It'll be interesting.
Pwede.
I like to listen to also like one
I can let you listen to everything, man. And I want to see your reaction. Like maybe it might help the way we plan and which one to release
the
first.
Releases.
Yeah.
So now that's like really something to think about, no? Like when to release something.
Yeah, it is. It has to work for everyone that you collaborate with. Labi na Samoa is label, management.
Yeah, what is the difference? Can you so like your label is
Tower of Doom.
And then the management is
Nemesis Music Group.
What's the difference? Like
the difference, the label just what we do is with Tower, we record everything in Tower. They release the music for us. The management they They help us. They help us book gigs. They help us plot out. They collaborate with us and Tower to map out the releases.
Okay. So Tower of the so like putting it up on Spotify,
Yeah,
YouTube.
sila murag publishing ba na? They do all of that publishing
Kanya
stuff.
sila na monitor and then they're the ones also because there's real revenues out there sometimes, diba?
Yeah. There is. It's not like big bucks or anything.
But like now, good like over time.
Yeah, like they're the ones who put it in Spotify, iTunes, YouTube.
Yeah. Because that's another thing. And then I guess Nemesis is kind of like the actual day to day, the gigs.
Yeah, they handle our road stuff. Like they handle the gigs, they handle bookings, they handle some decisions like
sponsorships, if any.
Sponsorships,
I guess,
yeah. Like right now we're with Draven man karon.
Draven
shoes.
The shoes.
Draven shoes karon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, together with Willa Baliw, Sadie, who else is in Draven? So many awesome bands in Draven. Orb of Blood, mostly like really heavy bands.
But the nice thing now that I notice is like katong wala pa to maybe even 5 years ago, wala pa. Like it was there, but like people weren't really taking advantage of it, or maybe something like that. Now you can put it up on Spotify, and then over time you can actually really expect an income from it.
Bitaw.
No?
Ay gamay It's not really. It depends on the popularity of your artist group or your artist persona. Your artist presence, depende siya. Kung bati sa gyud imong kanta, wala gyud. Wala sa kaymaan niya na. Pero kung nindot gyud siya, and if you feel like imong message was understood and heard, and you were able to rectify your message in a very effective way, na sikat mo maayo, and then you get booked every day for like December Ave. Actually, I'm so happy for them. Karon, labi na when they released that song, Kung Di Rin Lang Ikaw. Kung di tayo sa huli. Everyone's singing it. Bisag mo adto kag tindahan. Kanta. Mga yaya, mga driver. Kanta sila. Mainstream na yun ba? And then, I've seen them ang good sa early beginning sila with Sonic Boom sa una pa. Kanang Fugihan sa good sila ba? Very hardworking people. Yeah. But not really my favorite genre, pero the fact na tanan nilang hard work ni pay off ba?
Yeah.
Physically murag naluoy ko nila gamay itong December kay man, their gigs they probably played 30 shows December. Maybe more than 30 shows. And there are only 31 days in December.
Yeah.
So
Kapoy.
Grabe ba? Like, they would run from province to province in one day. And they were literally living off, maybe siguro one day off lang.
I guess when that happens...
You live off a suitcase, ba?
No, but also, like, I guess it happens so rarely, no? It really becomes like it happens so rarely nga like a song becomes a hit, like a bona fide hit. Nga, when that happens, you take every opportunity you can get, no? Because that doesn't also last forever.
Kaayo. So, wanna strike the iron is hot, dude. That's what they're doing now. I'm so happy for them. Kay, grabe sila. They've been working so hard for the past pila na years, maybe 5 years, even maybe 7 years since Sonic Boom days pa sa una. Yeah. Those pila ka years, they were always just, they weren't mainstream at all. They had followers. They managed to put up their own concert in Teatrino in Green Hills. They did that. It was I think it was sold out. It was sold out. They had to do a second day just to accommodate the ones who wanted to watch Unta ba on the first day.
This was still before their big hit.
Yeah, this was before their big hit, but right then and there, ako when I saw it happen, murag padung na ni, mabutog yun ni. I'll give them maybe another year or two. Yeah, siguro it came a little early, a year and a half. Like last year, butog yun sila mayo.
I wonder, maybe that's the formula. Not that there is a real formula, but maybe the formula is release
Kana lang
music,
yun ba eh? Just release.
and then cultivate that community. And then, so you'll have your core community good. But then at some point, you keep releasing. So you need to build that core community. And then if you get lucky, you get something, a murag, that really connects to a lot of people. That core community is the one that pushes it all to the rest of the, in this case, the Philippines, no? I guess that's how it is.
It is how it is. It worked for them. Sige lang sila suwat kanta, bisag dili album. They kept releasing singles lang over the years. Staggered, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 singles a year. Yeah. You'll never know man kung matsambahan ka na kay usa diha nga mura pa.
When you release a single, is it like, I noticed a lot of bands, and even you guys, katong, so you released it first, you had like that lyric video. No, and then I guess when the lyric video came out, probably it also came out on Spotify, came out in all of these other streaming sites.
We dropped that all on the same day.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I think that's the move. The move is like that. And then the next part of the move seems to be release the actual music video.
The actual music video.
No? It's, you guys thought that out good.
Yeah, we that's how it works now. And we learned that with Tower of Doom.
Tower of Doom.
Yeah, like you have to be a year ahead of yourself. Well, for Bring Me the Horizon, listening to their interviews, I learned from them you have to be at least 3 years ahead of yourself. Because they're in such a nice place, Manggod, where they always feel that void where no one sounds like them. And they always seem to know when it's the right time to.
So they don't need to release something like it has to be like super relevant, like current.
Yeah, but they did perfectly married the sound of today into the sound that they know sa ilang roots ba. That's why kanang ilang album karon nga Amo, I think it's one of the I know a lot of their fans would hate that album, but I think I kudos sa banda kay it was a very ballsy move to do it. Kay it's like 180 degrees siya from their sound good. But you can tell that these guys know what they're doing kay from their you can see man sa ilang catalog nga gakat-kat pud sa charts. Murag
it's like a slow climb.
Yeah, it's like a slow climb from like their previous album. Yeah, the next album they release, abot dire. The next album.
What charts are you looking at?
Billboard.
Billboard. Yeah.
Billboard. On a global scale. You have the pop chart, you have the rock charts. BBC Radio put. BBC Radio. You'd be surprised. There's so much good music coming from Europe.
Oh, for sure.
So much good music coming from Europe nowadays. Bring Me the Horizon, they're I think they're from UK.
Does Spotify have like a thing for?
Yeah, they have.
They have a version of that.
Yeah,
I guess like most listened.
Spotify also charts on Spotify.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like we have our local Philippine Spotify charts, man.
Oh, we do. We have our local charts good for Spotify.
And for a while, we also had our own Billboard, but I don't know what happened to it.
Well, I would assume with Spotify it's just easier because they have the data. They can see good. But I don't like I'm saying, I don't have the paid version of Spotify. So sometimes I'll be listening to something and let's say I listen to like a band, they're not as well known, so they don't have as much music pa. Let's say like they're 4 or 5 songs. And then Spotify then will play this like totally other band as a recommendation or an ad or something.
Kaya naman ay marag artist na marag sounds like, di ba? Namay nga na, di ba?
Yeah.
Sa Spotify, like recommended artist nimo. They would base that from the personal kanang imong traffic sa imong Spotify ba? Marag ilang pangitaw ng mga dugul nga genre from different corners of the world.
Well, lagi, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they get it wrong. Well, anyway, bye. I don't want to take up too much of your time. No?
It's cool. I like hanging out.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mona, it's. I'm just glad I was able to catch you again. Okay.
It's been a while, bye, since we actually had a
Yeah, it's been a while,
talk by
dude.
talk.
Mona,
Yeah.
I just. Yeah, it. Like especially now, it's like you're talking to Ken about like going to gigs, but I don't get to go to gigs. Like it's just one of those things, kanang. I realized that everybody has like a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
No, and then usually in the evening.
Don't you just wish sometimes, like, sorry if I interrupt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't you just wish sometimes that there was more than 24 hours in a day?
Well, it's the same. People will just fill it up. Manggod gihapon.
Yeah.
But like for me, I just thought I'll spend my evenings generally with like the kids and stuff, and then like there's some, especially now here in Cebu. I notice there's a lot of really good gigs now. Have you been keeping track of some of the local stuff here?
Yeah. We played the Bisaya Music Fest the last time. I was surprised to see how these solo artists were presenting themselves. Theatrical. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what was that? Kisa ni siya? Cute chinita girl.
Yeah, the one she sang. Oh, I'm blanking. She had like a whole like group. There was a table. She was sitting down.
Yeah, kato.
She was good.
Oh, she was good.
Yeah, I forgot her name. She's like a YouTube sensation, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh.
Taga TC man daw to siya, di ba?
TC ba siya?
TC ba? I don't know.
I don't know, Sad.
But seeing these things, personally for me I grew up most of my life, diri ako Cebu, and I moved to Manila 11 years ago. Coming back here from time to time and seeing artists like that, murag mulipay. Di lipay ko kay na nagpadayon ba, and then murag people are slowly stepping up the game ba in terms of like music and presentation. Kay for me, I believe manggod nga kung artist ka, music ka, artist pa gyud ka, kuwang ra nang magpagawas kag kanta. Appeal gyud na ang unsaon mo pagpresenta sa imong kagalingon ba aesthetically.
Yeah.
And how you mura siya in a sense nga mura siya kanang mura siya friendly competition. Pamayuhay og kanang tokar o nga na, pero dili man gud siya competition ra. Murag para nako imo na lang tanawon nga ako mindset na lang how do you separate yourselves from others nga wala kay kapareha, unique ka ba in your own way? How do you present yourself like that? Like katong Big Bang na mga gig, I was so happy. Kaloy was so happy sa turnout ato actually in terms of
that was a really fun gig.
That was a fun gig. It was so simple. Karon man god when Faspitch, when we play with a backing track now.
Oh yeah?
We play with a click metronome and a backing track live. And everything is spaced out evenly na. So,
I did not notice that.
The laptop does it. It's just behind. It's behind everywhere. Manang nowadays we have these in-ears. Like in one ear is that.
Yeah.
And the other ear is the actual backing track with layers of vocals, backing vocals, para puno paminahon, ubang effects na third, fourth, fifth guitar overdubs just to accentuate certain parts. We put it there na even vocal cues by like next song, All Under Heaven, song starts in
Oh, ba?
Yeah, we have those things.
Oh,
we have those
cool.
things.
That explains, because number one, in order to do that, it's a good thing that obviously that I did not realize that was happening, because that just means nga it's just seamless, no? But that forces you as a musician to be really spot on.
Yeah, you have to be
super spot on.
It saves the trouble for everyone, Manggod, and like the live, because anything can happen live. Sometimes wireless, in-ear wireless man siya, there's some kind of interference, and yeah, you lose count on the metronome. At least you're trained na to play on time, so you just press on the space bar to stop the backing track, and then padayon mo, stick one IEM out of your ear.
So that happens. That really happens.
That happens po.
Yeah, padayon lang yun. So
mag-iubang gig na magdamis backing track, pero wala ko madaang USB cable na connect sa interface kung ano. So, kung sa man tani, mag-old school na lang tani. Sige, old school na lang. Sige, wala na lang ba? It happens. Recently, it happened to us. Kaliman ko sa USB cable. That was my bad, though. Kanya, andam kami, practice kami. Pag-abot sa gig, wala na dito yung backing track. Pero, surprisingly, it felt different. Kay, the thing, man, good, if you have that kanang process ba of kanang click kunya backing track dire na kay option depende sa imong gear na kay option to put your sound in there so you can hear yourself or you can hear your other bandmates. So at least with that you're playing with the click. Murag kana ba murag you don't need to kanang feel each other out anymore ba. Pwede mo di magstorya na pwede na mo munukar nga di mo magtinanaway.
No, that's why. Like, I'm
or
making it really tight.
Mahuwat sa drummer nga mo, 1, 2, 3, 4 niya. Bundak na ba na? Pwede nang di mo mag-iana ba kay everything's there naman. Verbal cue, with the click pa. What I personally miss, since we've been doing this thing na for maybe 2 years na ingana mong setup, what you miss there though is kanang bitong you feel each other out. Kanang ang feel, ang tempo, whether mo pas-pas ba or mahinay. When you're trying to catch like the perfect feel, the perfect tempo sa kanang moment sa certain gig, depende man good kay usay ang adrenaline nimo, di mo gud siya nagi adrenaline pero nayo bang gigs nga
grabe good
kay siya.
So you might play it like a half
like really faster. Like
a
little more faster. Nasa uban nga kanang relax ra. So, nagay-uban nga, wala yung adrenaline or at all. Depende rin na. Depende rin yun na. Depende sa...
So, you miss a little bit of kanang...
The rawness.
Yeah.
The rawness of...
I always enjoyed that. Like, the raw, like, kanang... Katong when I played, like, my favorite
organic
parts...
Organic ba?
Yeah, were a little bit more, like, kind of improvised. And I always resisted... I'm also not the type, magod, who can... write everything down or like who can play everything like the same way all the time. Like I wasn't. That's also a bad thing because that means there's slight differences every time I play. But for me,
which is actually cool. I think it's cool. Okay, it's human. It's
it's made it more fun for me personally. Muna nalingaw ko. That's why I push back a little bit. Like katong I remember we were doing recording. And then we just weren't good enough to record to a click track good the whole time, for example. And then I remember saying, you know what? Like if we like how we play live, we can actually just record it live. Like plenty of bands have done that, you know. And then, but like it's a different school of thought, sad ba? No, there's a lot of guys. Kanang and like they'll really get the track perfect.
Yeah. Nasa yung mga monsters na yung ana. Na kanang grabe gid one take raman. Di ba kuya?
Yeah, well moment like kanang work sometimes I think the some of the nice stuff happens in those little details and those little mistakes.
Okay, mga beautiful mistake.
No? But not all the time. Okay, you know, sometimes it's really bad. So but like there's some where that's cool. No, I think the art is like differentiating when you can keep that in, and when you really shouldn't keep it in, sad yun. No? Yeah, because when you guys record, it's really like per track.
Nowadays with the new stuff, click. Because number one, it makes the job easier for the engineer.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And it's easier to like play around with the arrangement.
Yeah,
sometimes like you can add, subtract the number of bars
that's right.
certain sections, and like you just cut and paste, like move things around. It's easier that way.
Bitaw.
You have more room to modify the song.
And then you can really get a feel like more. What does this feel like if I move it? If I take this part out, or I move this part here,
or if you speed this part up, or like slow it down. That
was really
things.
I couldn't ever. I never did stuff like that. That's too complicated.
It takes getting used to, bay. It takes getting used to. Labi na playing with a track. Sometimes your adrenaline doesn't match the tempo. But which is good, kay you learn to control it, man. You learn to control playing to a click.
You learn to breathe a little bit.
Learn to breathe a little bit. Actually, that was the one tip I had. Okay, dito sa Benil, I went I majored in guitar for applied music guitar performance.
Yeah.
My teacher was a guitar player of this prog band called Sir Chad Robles.
As a teacher, Chad Robles.
Yeah, as a teacher, Chad Robles. He's like considered to be like the John Petrucci of the Philippines or something. Oh, he's really good.
Rock.
Prog, siya, technical discipline, rock discipline. Kuya, okay siya. He was the one who told me to breathe through your notes. He was the one who told me that.
What does that mean?
Because like with like yoga or something like that. Life force mo is the air that you breathe. Ba? So the more you get to breathe, it doesn't have to be deep or shallow or whatever. But just breathe through your notes. Don't hold your breath when you're doing a really fast.
Okay,
If you're really doing a fast guitar part, okay. Some people magod kay murag you sort of tense up, and then you hold your breath. Then makuan na noon ka, imbes nga ma-execute nimo siya kanang flawlessly, murag masabot-sabot na noon ka because you didn't breathe.
But you're
tensed up, man.
Oh, you're basically physically making yourself incapable of doing it perfectly.
Because of your consciousness, level of consciousness na ba. So like he told me, breathe through your notes para di ka maglisod. If it's a hard riff or a hard lick to play, it will make it easier for you. Kaya you're breathing through it, man.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Like, now I'm thinking in my own playing, but did I ever do stuff like that? Because you can't tell if you're doing that.
Yeah.
You can't tell until like somebody tells you to take note of it, ba? And all of a sudden you're taking note of it na.
Oh. Which is good. Okay. It helps me labi over the past siguro 4 years I've been having problems with my left hand. Like kaning tip sa akong middle finger, ibalik na akong sensation, but there was a time na I think I actually haven't went to the doctor and had myself checked yet, but I think na ako nerve na napiit somewhere in my neck. Na there was a time na 15 minutes ako motokar, numb na kayong kamot.
Oh ba?
I have to put it down. I have to rest it. Kanang repetitive actions ba? That's what causes mga physical like carpal tunnel, mga
Yeah, bitaw.
Oh. So I think it was carpal tunnel. Or it could have been like a damaged or an impinged nerve or something. Kaya akong middle finger, kaninga part I could feel, and also gamay dire, pero dire dapit, it was totally
the end of the
numb.
Finger, wagid.
Wagid siya for like a long time. And then, I was talking to my mom about, because she has doctor friends, man. So maybe she got like an advice from na siya cousin na neurosurgeon na based sa Manila. Sa States na day karon. She talked to him. She asked advice. What can my son do? He has this. Ganyan. So I was taking this thing called the Polynerve 500. Mura siya nerve vitamins. Like,
really?
Yeah, B complex. Mura siya super B complex. It actually helped.
Oh yeah?
It helped.
But I wonder if that's like the position. Have you experimented with like different positions?
Yes, I did.
You did? Yun,
Yeah, I did. Nagyapon.
Wow.
Karon ang pinaka-comfortable nako in playing live is since Les Paul mako primarily, ang arc sa Les Paul has to be under my rib. So strings have to be somewhere here. Nga na medyo high waist na ko ron. Unlike before nga
lower the better. Cool
like,
man to ang low.
Cool man siya. Pero physically murag it became challenging na.
Physically difficult man gid ang low.
You know si A. Toleran of Quezon. Na siya advice ako i-tilt daw yung gitara gamay forward up. If you're swinging it really really low, tilt it forward gamay. You'll find it easier. I tried it. It actually did. Pero ano lang, kung mubo kag kanang mga tudlo, kung mubo kag mga fingers, you're gonna have a hard time gamay. Labi na kung, let's say, you're playing a 7 string or an 8 string.
Yeah.
This one siya, pero if you're just slaying a 6 string, if you're just swinging a 6 string, and ganang ka, ubos kayo. Tilt it forward gamay. Na ubos. Play as clean as you can. Kanang mura ka struggle. But, you have to get used to the... Ako, ubos mga kay ko sa una. Kinsa pa may ubos kayo. Franco, ubos kayong tokar. Poldo, ubos kayo.
Si Poldo.
Poldo, si Franco, si Islao, si Poldo. John Dinopol.
I used to try to do that. Like, I used to try to put it low. It's just so difficult to play.
Ana lagi daw yung si Ed ka ng
i-tilt
ni mo gamay. Kay murag man kung ubos kay ka, murag ana ka. Kung i-tilt na nimo, murag man mas natural sa imong kamot.
More. You're not bending your wrist too much anymore.
Dili kayo angle imong kamot, di ba?
Lagi. So aside from, so you guys have the 6 songs that'll come out 2019, maybe even more if
we get the ball rolling gyapon. Kaya we're planning to enter the studio again next month, man.
Does that mean like a little bit less gigs for 2019 gyapon?
No, not really. Since nanami uno mga baon for now, I think we're gonna start, we're probably gonna release maybe 1 or 2 more new singles, then hopefully we can start to tour all these new songs. Mura siya singles tour ba? It's like a trend now that I see a lot, like from foreign bands.
Yeah.
They release maybe 3 or 4 new singles in like a span of like 6 months. And they keep it on rotation. And then they start to tour. And they start playing those new songs on that tour. And yeah, it's a good way, man, good to gain more leverage or traction to gain more traction for some mga new stuff ba nila. Yeah, it's something that their fans also look forward to. Put marag mo ng trend nila ron, marag single. And yeah, after the tour or in the middle of their tour, they just drop the album without announcing it. Well, we have a new album. So everyone's like, what the fuck? Ay, bago kasi nag-release.
So at least, Mark, there was a bunch of hype because they're in the middle of the tour already.
Yeah, they just dropped the album in the middle of the tour. May ubaning ana. Risky siya ba, pero it depends on kinsang artist. If it works for them, then kanya-kanya manggod sila og kanang kuan, marketing strategy. Di man na pare-parehatan ng good.
Yeah, it's really interesting now, because of the way the the way it is now, but it's all very new. There's like a whole system there,
It's the internet's fault.
It
all started with Napster.
That's true, though.
They killed the, they did start a revolution, dude. Those guys. Napster, then everyone followed. Kazaa, LimeWire, downloading.
But to be fair, like, for the listener, it really, so now you notice like kids these days, like, they all listen to different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like before when we were in high school, like, your friends all listen to the same thing, no? Which was really fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun to just hang out with your friends and listen to a trap together in the same room.
I'm not even sure if kids do that nowadays.
I feel like their interests are super varied and broad. But the thing is, like if you're a certain personality type, you want a certain very specific type of music, makitaan kita nimo for sure. If you look hard enough.
No.
Well, I think it's a good place to end, by.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add? You good?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, where can people find you on the internet?
Okay, you can find me in the internet. You can add me up on Instagram, Russell Manaloto, at Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put it in the show notes. And
okay.
I'll do my best to put everything that we mentioned on the show notes as well.
And kids, if you're listening to this and if you don't know who Faspitch is, check us out. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We also have Facebook, facebook.com/Faspitch. Check us out.
Okay.
And check out our new single called Skin. It's also on Spotify and on iTunes. We have a music video out too on YouTube. Check that out if wapamoka kita. And to get a little taste of what distortion sounds like.
Yeah, so that thing, like, you had that move in the video, right? You did like a harmonic. Was it what is it? You put your hand over the other end. And, like,
those are harmonics.
Harmonic thing.
Those are harmonics. Yeah, harmonics. You can actually play it like that, but sometimes I like to be flashy.
It's cooler if you.
Sometimes I just like to be flashy sometimes, just because I can.
Yeah, right. All right, thanks.
Just kidding.
Thanks,
it
was really good talking to you. Huh?
Thanks, man.
Thanks, bye. Yeah. Thank you for doing the podcast.
Cool.
It was fun talking to Russell. I didn't realize, as the interview was going, I didn't realize we were talking for so long. And then the long interviews always feel like good ones. It's funny when you're talking about stuff that you love, stuff that you're into. Hours can go by really quickly, and my interview with Russell was no different. It was fun to hang out with him and jam on music. Talk about music. It would be really cool to jam with him too, like in a music room, play guitars. But I don't know, maybe next time. Thanks to the Green 9 Coffee and Cube Gallery for sponsoring the episode. The music from this episode is Piano March by Audionautics. If you want to support the show, there are 4 ways to do so. You can become a Patreon subscriber. Head on over to patreon.com/032 for all the details. You can also buy 032 merchandise at the Assembly online, assembly.032.com, or you can share this episode on social media, or you can leave a rating on iTunes. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Next week, Tuesday, another good one. Who knows? Who knows what's up? Honestly, I don't even know. There's a good chance that next week's episode is going to be a new interview, and I might be forced to bump up that interview because it might be relevant to the times now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Cheers. Bye.